Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and today with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2024, I want to talk to you about a session that I designed for working on counterattacks. A lot of times we talk about counterattacks, we talk about positioning and going forward and finding that pass. And I like to call it the light switch moment, the moment when you win possession, you're going to go forward. But from the technical aspect, something I feel like maybe I don't work on as much as I need to is what the guy on the ball is doing during the counterattack, more on their breakaway. It's that moment, he's bearing down on goal or it's a slip through ball, and everyone's like, oh my God, what's he going to do? And, how many times do you see someone take a big touch or lose control of pass, or kind of because of the amount of space and time they have, they kind of panic. So what we're going to do is work on really that part of the counterattack, is getting them prepared when they're on the ball to not panic and to look for the type of decisions we're looking for them to make. So the first thing I did here was this is just, it's going to be a little bit conditioning thing to kind of start off practice, and then I like to do the conditioning up front. And then, because, then I give them breaks and, try to get them mentally focused again. But can you still do these things when you're worn down? I don't think it's something you do every single time. But I think it's something unique to introduce into your sessions from time to time. So we have here, coach or the next player in line plays a ball about halfway here. So it's a pretty dead sprint. The defender player is starting pretty close to them. But what's going to slow them down is then they're going to need to take a touch. Too big of a touch, goalie's going to come out and take it away. Too short of a touch, it's going to allow the defender to get in there, and then it's going to get a 1v1 situation. So we're really working on that, simulating the effect of having a defender on your back, bearing down on you, putting in pressure while you're on a breakaway. Can you be able to control the ball, keep your eye on the net, and be aware of the player that's on your back? So then the defender will become the attacker, et cetera, et cetera. Then what I would do here is I would add another defender, maybe. There he is. And two more attackers. And I would make that pass out wide here to make it a little fairer. And my defender is going to move out, lock that pass down. This defender is going to move centrally, block out the pass. And we're going to go the same drill, 3v2, but really working on that concept now of adding the passing aspect, picking your head up, finding out the pass. You're a numerical advantage. You should be able to find an open man here. Can you do that? Because despite the fact that there is an open man, there's a lot of pressure being applied on you, and your head's down, bearing down to goal. Your eyes are shaking, kind of looking for things. We're going to practice that and walk them through it. Okay, from here, what I'm going to do is set up a box here. Get a transition rondo going here. So let's go, just for time's sake, I'll put 3 guys here. Now I'll put 4. 4 will make more sense. 4 here. 4 yellow here. All right, but I'm going to add a goal on the outside here. Outside here. So normally the way I do this is black is possessing. Yellow's got 2 in here. Black's trying to possess. All right. Yellow is trying to win the ball back. Now, normally what happens is yellow wins the ball back. They play this player in yellow, and it's a 4v2 on the other side. But what I want to see here is a pass has to go to one of these target players, and then it has to go to another player in yellow here. So it would look like this. This player runs onto it. Here. And a shot. And what we're trying to focus on here is that moment of transition, get the ball forward, run off of them, get forward, finding a finish. We can even add goalies in the ends here, whatever you want to do. But these defenders are quickly working back and applying pressure. And that moment of transition is just an absolute scramble to goal. There's tons of pressure. You've got time and space, but you've got also got guys bearing down on you. The pressure, do I pass, do I shoot, all kinds of things going through your head in a very short period of time. So we're recreating that situation as much as possible. And clear that one here. Next one I've got is from here. I would go, we can do it here. I like this 3-team game where there's a no man's land here. And normally what happens is, let me set up a goal here. We have a goal here. We have a goal here. We basically have, and I'll do teams of 3 just for time. we'll do 3 yellow, attacking this goal, 3 black here, and then 3 red. Here's the neutral. And normally what I would do is I put them here, and then black, when they win the ball, they get to go in this neutral zone. No one's allowed to enter, and then they go attack. But what I'm going to have here is red here. So yellow scores, they get to maintain possession. They go into the neutral zone against the red. But let's say they mess up. They play to black. Black needs to dribble into the neutral zone to get past yellow. Now, red isn't allowed to enter their own grid to defend until black is able to pass this line here. All right, so once they pass that line here, red is able to come out. And maybe we make it so they have to come from the outside, so it's not a direct shot on goal here. Although we probably are going to have keepers in this drill. All right. So again, what we're really focusing on throughout the session is we're developing an awareness and a comfortability being in that position of players, with pressure on their back, open space. We're never going to really simulate the pressure of, everyone's yelling, everyone kind of expecting you to score, that kind of stuff. But we can put them in that situation where it's like, oh, I've been here before. There wasn't yelling, but there was the intensity, there was the pace, there was the, the head bobbing up and down. Eyes are moving, bearing down a goal, do I shoot, do I pass, all kinds of stuff. So we can walk them through a lot of that, of what's going on, a lot of those things to look for when that's occurring. And then from here, I'm going into a game and hoping that I can get some situations in which, we're having those breakaways, we're having those situations where players are bearing down in goal, and hopefully have a couple one-on-one finishes. All right. And then an added bonus if you want to make it, if you give a PK, maybe you have the PK, an old school MLS style PK where they have to run from, a distance and run towards the goalie and go 1v1 them that way. And just a nice little kind of like wrinkle to bring into your session there. Fun, thing to add. Maybe just call, a couple borderline PKs in there to make sure it happens. But it might be a cool way to kind of introduce the topics and into a game-like situation. So yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments some of the things you do to train players for that pressure situation. When 1v1 to goal, we can, everyone looks great shooting in warm-ups, and then you get out to the game, things change. How do you work towards that, and how do you train your players to prepare for that moment? And so once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2024. I hope the session finds you well.